music play for a bit. What's up? This is Mills the Virgo here, along with my good Judy Rachel.
Hello.
I
I was about to say mic check, but I didn't want you to get down my throat again.
Oh my God, we already checked the mic, okay? Jesus. This is a MillzSpeakz presents How to Get Away with Murder recap. Season. This is the final season, so we already kind of stressed about that. And then so we figured we would just do a little recap after each episode. However, 2 episodes have already gone past, so we're going to do a nice little recap of both and talk about these people and our concerns. And just to be advised, we're not providing no answers here. Okay, we got all questions.
Absolutely.
We got theories.
Yes. Oh.
We're concerned. All of this stuff. We stressed.
Yes.
You know, all of that. So we're gonna just jump right in. So, How to Get Away with Murder is what? This is season 7?
6.
6. Wow.
Yeah.
I lied when I told somebody 7 earlier today. Okay, well, season 6.
Let me fact check. I'm pretty sure.
I thought it was 6 seasons on Netflix. Okay, my bad. We had to pause it for a second. I thought it was 6 seasons, but this is the 6th season, so it's only been 5 seasons. So Shonda is wrapping this up. So Shonda wrapped up 2 years ago, Scandal, and then now she's wrapping this show up, and I pray to God she's wrapping up Grey's Anatomy too. I pray, okay? Because that's the first one that should have left.
I agree. So we can get that time slot. Shoot.
Mm-hmm. You're right, because it's getting increasingly hard to stay up for How to Get Away with Murder. It's 10 o'clock. It's ridiculous. Okay? It's ridiculous. The people work on Friday. Right? That's all I gotta say, Shonda. Okay? She got this deal with Netflix. So I guess we're gonna see more stuff from her there. I wouldn't be mad if we got a continuation. You know how 50 doing the continuation of Power. That's what we need. A continuation of some shit on Netflix.
Yeah.
That'd be great. But anywho, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about these episodes. We're here to talk about these concerns we got. Alright, so we got about, I don't know, 6, 7 main characters, maybe 8. We count Nate, maybe 8.
Oh,
you see what I'm saying?
You gotta count Nate. It done took some lives.
Right. So everybody on the show, if you've never watched How to Get Away with Murder, I suggest you watch it before listening to this right here. But, you know, if not, that's fine too. Whatever. And if you have, then you know what's happening. So those of you who are not fully aware of the show is about Annalise Keating. She is a lawyer. She's like, a very popular one?
Yes.
All of that crap. She's married to a psychiatrist or whatever he was, psychologist, whatever Sam was. And
Sam.
Annalise definitely had some misfortunes when she took on her first law class. This class, because these people, she picked the Annalise 5. Was it Keating 5 or Keating 6? Okay, I'm glad you got this list up over here. Okay, all right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it was 5.
It's Keating 5. So what she did was out of all of her law students, she chose the top 5 to be in her crew to be able to work on real live cases while in law school. Okay? These people were doing fine. They were being pushed by Annalise. They were working on good stuff. There was some crazy things that went on in the first season. The first season was full up because we wasn't ready for all of the... we wasn't ready for the killing. We wasn't ready for...
A whole body and what was that, a jacuzzi?
A jacuzzi.
What was the girl? She was in some water.
She was in the water tank on the roof.
Tank.
Yeah.
Tank.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez.
We caught 2 bodies on the first episode because we caught Lila body and Sam body with the flash forward. Okay? This was the first show that the flash forward was required for every episode. And what they did was they showed us little pieces of what happened 6 months later or 4 months in the future on those episodes. So it was continuously stressful. It wasn't a time when you watched the show when you wasn't stressed. Okay? But anyway, they've all gotten to a place where they're about to graduate from law school. And, you know, from the beginning to now, I think everybody's killed somebody, right?
Everybody had a hand in something at this point.
Right. It's sad when a friend of mine asked me, "Oh, you forget about the DA that got killed," and I had to say, "Well, which DA?" Because every DA's been killed, every single one. There's not been one DA that's been assigned to investigate Annalise Keating and them people that hasn't been killed. Okay, so it's a stressful situation. So season 5 ended, okay, with Annalise fighting Laurel Castilla's family. All right, so let's back the truck up and let's talk about the Keating 5. Right, we got Connor. We're gonna go with your list over here. We got Connor. Connor is the gay boy. He was a whore, but now he's reformed whore. He's married to Oliver, who is his husband at this time. They got married last season, which is where a murder took place. Listen, murders find them. Okay, it follows them directly. Then you got Michaela. Michaela is a black girl overachiever, super smart. One of those black girls that is smart, and she's got to make sure that she lets you know that she's smart.
Very strong.
Yeah, strong. Yeah, that's a good word, because I was going to say straight up aggressive. Okay? All right?
Yeah.
Straight up. She's the worst. I mean, and the best, but the worst at the same time. She's very emotional. We were just talking about how emotional she has gotten over this time.
Especially season 6 so far.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know, when I think about season 1, she was highly emotional there. Oh my God, we're killing somebody.
Very competitive, too.
Oh, we're cutting up the body. Listen.
The one yanked him over the balcony.
She did. She did. She was the first presumed murderer of the entire show. Yeah. You're welcome. Then you got, who's that, Frank? Okay. Frank and this lump Bonnie in. Frank and Bonnie worked for Annalise. They were lost souls too, taken in by Annalise and the husband. And Frank and Bonnie have very, very terrible past with these people.
And then let me just add in that Bonnie had relations with Sam, which is Annalise's late husband.
Correct. That's correct. That did happen.
Yeah, let's not forget.
Right. And let's not forget that Bonnie was the one that sent Lila away. Was the last person to see her alive before Frank choked her out anyway. And so Bonnie has been she's been terrible. Bonnie's killed 2-3 people. She killed one girl. She killed, and we just didn't even see this coming. She straight up killed that girl in the basement. Remember Rebecca? Yeah, killed her straight up. Plastic over the head. Watched her suffocate. Okay, God.
Jeez.
I said she's the worst. Anyway, Frank is also an enforcer. He's the dude you want. You want to be able to call a Frank. Hey, Frank, I need you. Okay, what you got? What's the problem? You know, that kind of guy. And then who else we got? Laurel. Oh God, this is Laurel Castillo. She is I don't know. What is she? Puerto Rican, Mexican, Cuban, whatever it is.
Go with it.
She's a Latin. She's a Latin lady. Her daddy. Her daddy is like a. I don't. Is he a mobster? He's just a businessman, or
because he got ties in. Still in the last season, I'm still trying to figure out how he's doing this behind bars.
Right. So the family is well connected. They're dangerous. They're powerful. They have had at least 2 DAs in their pockets. All of that. Whatever. She's the worst. Then we got Asher. Asher is a trust fund baby. His daddy was a judge. His daddy killed himself in the first season because they found out that his daddy was a corrupt judge. And, white people can't necessarily handle public shame. Okay? They kill themselves. I don't understand that. Okay? I mean, you got enough money. You can just leave.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You can just leave. Leave the country. I mean, what the...
And he's a judge, so he could have easily paid somebody.
I'm just saying. But anyway, so he killed himself. His family blames him. He doesn't talk to anybody. It's sad. It is. They cut him off. It's sad. But he's all right. As most white boys, he lands on his feet. He lands on his feet, so he's okay for now. Who else we got? Nate. Oh boy, Nate is the sexy police officer, security guard, private investigator, murderer.
Horrible detective.
Yeah, he's a bad detective. He's bad at it.
But let's acknowledge that his government name is Billy Brown.
Billy Brown, that's the most basic name ever.
Yeah, he don't look like a Billy Brown.
No.
But yeah.
He definitely.
Did you say that's Annalise, I want to say eye candy. Is her,
sex toy?
I was going there.
Yeah. Yeah, because, the first time we even meet Nate, I feel like he was bucket naked. Glistening.
Oh, yeah.
Glistening with his six-pack out. And tearing her back out downstairs in her house. Okay. Where her husband also sleeps. Yeah. In her own kitchen. That's where they was getting it in at. Because Wes, who is next on the list, Wes is one of the Keating 5. Wes is the first and only Keating 5 member who died. Who is dead. Okay? I got theories on Wes. I really don't believe he's dead. So
at all,
we're gonna get to this. Yeah, we're gonna get to this because I didn't want to believe West Ash. I didn't want to believe West Ash was dead in the first place. Okay, so yeah, he died 2 seasons ago. He impregnated Laurel because they were dating at some point, and she now has a baby. Christopher, yeah, cute little baby boy. Now we got new people. We got, who is Rome? Rome Flynn. This boy is gorgeous. Jesus.
Cam Newton Jr.
Yes. Jesus. If you go to his IG, God, he got pictures of him just no shirt. He's just a beautiful, beautiful man. He really is. And he can sing. Sing. I was like, man, if you don't get your pretty self out of here with that singing. But anyway. So, he's new to the cast. He is actually Annalise's late husband Sam's biological son from the marriage that he left to be with Annalise. Did y'all catch that?
Right.
Annalise took the man from the wife, and he had a child with the wife. He wasn't aware that he had a child, though, until he was 11 or something. So he met the little boy then. So, yeah. That's pretty much the main cast members.
He met the son by going to their apartment, and let me tell you, if you know an old school grandmama, that's how Gabe's grandmother was when she answered the door and wouldn't let Sam in the house or wouldn't let him meet the son. That is an old school grandmama. So shout out to Shonda for showing how it is in the community.
That's real. It's real ignorant out here. So, yeah. Thank you, Shonda, for showing that. It's important. But, yeah, that's true. I mean, and you could tell by the way she acted that he was somebody important. So the boy ain't stupid.
Right.
You see?
Yeah.
But, they dumb. And then Grandma didn't even want to tell the mama that the man came by there.
She did.
I said, man, come on. Y'all all a miscommunication. Everything's a miscommunication.
Right.
Dummies. Y'all just idiots. Anyway, so anybody else we really need to talk about?
Oliver, you said Oliver, the boyfriend.
Now husband.
Yeah. No.
Who is this? Who is Kate? Katie.
That's Rebecca.
All right, she's dead.
Yeah. Well, let's shout out Auntie Mary. She was the hairdresser.
Yes, she was.
She was Annalise's hairdresser.
Yeah, she got that. She got that wig right. Or the leave-in. Was it the sew-in?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know these terms. You talk about it because I don't know. I know
she
she
sewed
was in
in
it.
the Annalise's wig, which, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the evolution of, just quick, because I like hair.
Yeah.
The evolution of Annalise's wigs.
Right.
They came a long way. So, if you will, in your free time, please just Google the hair.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. A lot of you have seen the worst of the worst, because there's a running joke meme that's about 5 years old at this point, where Anna was in the show. She was being threatened by the DA at the time. And when she realized that it was a threat, Anna didn't even have no words for this hoe. She just got her stuff and got up. And a lot of y'all have seen this meme where she just gets up, gets her things, and get up. A lot of times you see the meme in the caption under or above is, you know, when the meeting could have been an email. That's the meme. That's the main one. So you're right. The wigs have truly transformed. I would say it was a significant jump from season 1 to 2.
Absolutely.
But right now is the best. It's the best.
And what has not evolved is that horrible dance. The dance is not evolved.
No. And I feel like she danced like that in real life.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm mad about the most. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I mean, she got somebody that love her, so I mean, I guess it's all right. But bless it. But bless it. It's the worst dancing you're ever gonna see.
Oh yeah.
At the worst. So yes, so those are pretty much the main characters. They have some new people in the mix. We got Tegan, who is a lawyer at the firm where Annalise currently works. She's a black woman. She is now in charge by way of her boss Emmett being murked last season. He had a heart attack or was poisoned. We just don't know which is which. But yeah. So anyway, so season 5 ended with Laurel being snatched off the streets of whatever city they're in Pennsylvania. The baby was also snatched up, her child, from the house. Whoever did this has technological background or access to, you know, somebody that can alter things, because they created the loop in the baby monitor. So Oliver and them thought that the baby was in the house the entire time.
And see, when I went back, this is my theory, one of my theories, is what if Laurel was part of the plan? Because at the end of season 5, her brother called the governor and said basically they know something. That's when they killed Emmett. Right. They somehow got Tegan to call Annalise, and that's when Annalise was so focused on that call. That's when Laurel was, air quotes, snatched. Right. So what if this is part of Laurel's plan, is to have this all come down? This is a perfect time for me to get snatched because they're worried about Emmett being killed. Who did this? And then somehow, whoever, maybe the brother got in the house. So, that's one of my theories.
Yeah, I mean, because it makes sense, because remember, they struggled up to get the video of the brother even visiting Nate Sr. Remember, they struggled with that. And then they had, even the footage they got, they had to doctor it up so they could see the face real good. So, yeah, he had some kind of something going on. So, yeah, it could be him. I'm thinking the same thing, because this paper's gone out of the safe deposit box. But at the same time, if Laura would take the stuff out of the safe deposit box, why would she put the key back to where it was at? That don't make sense.
But somebody had to, there was a second key. So what if that second key was actually Wes's key? Because it's more than likely like a dual entry system. Well, it is, because Wes and Laurel's name was on it. So where did she keep the second key if Wes is, air quotes, dead? Right. The daddy didn't know about it. Who else she was going to tell about it? And we didn't really know if his mama's dead.
We're getting ahead of ourselves. We've now talked about things that happened in the past seasons and now in episode 2. And we apologize. But this is a stressful situation.
It is.
So episode 1, let's just get to that. So that's how episode 5 left us. So we were sitting here like, oh, Laurel got snatched. Oh, the baby's gone. Emmett's dead. And after that, apparently Annalise got crazy at a club. She did some coke in the bathroom off some random man's hand in a stall. Yes. Jesus.
On
the
floor.
I said, what is she doing? And it's dirty behind. Oh my God, Anna. And she was drinking. I mean, she isn't supposed to drink or she'd be disbarred, so that's something that y'all probably don't know. So she had to be admitted into a rehab. So that's where she was the first half of the first episode of this season. In the doggone rehab, trying to be hard. You know, one of them people, why would you go to rehab if you ain't gonna participate?
Exactly. And again, that is probably part of the plan too. What if this girl, because in this rehab, she has a roommate, and her roommate said that she was there because she didn't like her kids.
Forgot about that. Yeah.
She didn't like her kids, so that's why she was there. But during that time where they were opening up with each other, her roommate was basically like, no, I know your name is a Karen. So Annalise decided to tell her real name and that she was there because she didn't kill her husband, but she helped cover it up.
Yeah, she did say that.
So what if this roommate is somebody, a piece in this puzzle? Because why would you tell a total stranger that?
Yes. I got my suspicions about Annalise in this plan. I feel like she was getting this plan together.
She's never been that easy to go to something like that, like to actually get help.
That's a good point because I didn't even think about that lady after that, even though I'm concerned about why she took and how that could come back at her.
Right,
it's got to come back.
It's too much information, man.
It got to come back.
Yeah.
Okay. So that happened while she's in rehab. Then you got Frank searching high and low for Laurel. Okay. Everybody's kind of on edge because they don't know where Laurel is. They don't know where the baby's at. They worry. They think it's Javier, who is her dad. Jorge. Excuse me. Jorge's her dad. Javier's the brother, right?
You got me on that one.
My God. I think Jorge Castillo, because that's how your girl Tegan says it, Castillo. Okay, like God, she wrote up doggone. Listen, I'm not doing this, but so she's now taking over Emmett's job, who's her boss, who got poisoned / had a heart attack. After he was released from the FBI's custody. Okay, so now she's in charge. She said she felt like the white boys was looking at her like they took, like she took their birthright or something. My God. And it was intense. I said, wow, thank you, Shonda, for hitting on that too, because that's a real thing too. That's really real. But yeah, so shout out to Tegan, but they were sitting there trying to act like we should be concerned about Tegan. You know what I'm saying? Like we should be, are you concerned about Tegan? Because I'm really not.
I'm not. I feel like she's down for the cause. I think she's trying to be a genuine friend in this industry where, again, she is a black woman.
Yeah, and she can't trust nobody.
No.
She can't trust nobody.
And I mean, she did go with Annalise that time when she went against, she tried to frame the FBI agent. So she crossed lines there.
That's true.
So I mean, I don't know if she's trying to build trust or if she's actually down for the cause. I don't feel that from her. But
Me
again,
neither.
trying to play too much.
And then also, I mean, consider the source. We're talking Nate here. I mean,
he's horrible.
Nate is very emotional. Nate has murdered Ron Miller, who's the last DA that was sitting. He's dead now. He murdered Ron Miller because he felt like Ron had something to do with his father's murder, and Ron did not. He did not. So they don't know this. Bonnie was dating Ron, and Nate killed Ron. Those two don't know that Ron had nothing to do with this.
Nate beat Ron up, but Bonnie killed him because she choked him out.
That's true. Let's correct that.
He beat him down close to death.
Yes,
but Bonnie definitely finished him off.
He'd be eaten with the feeding tube.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, after Nate pounded his skull into his face.
And then Bonnie is unstable about that because they found a ring. He was going to propose to Bonnie. So now she's a little unstable now. Yeah,
more unstable because she's unstable the entire show. Yeah. Like from season 1 to now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she ain't never been sane. Anyway, so yeah, so I don't know what to say about the situation, but Nate is very paranoid. He's checking her out, making it seem like she's, like Tegan is, like she's a mole or something, or playing her. So Annalise did ask her in episode 2, was, she playing her? Now, I mean, I don't know what she thought she was going to say. Oh, yeah,
right.
Yeah, I'm playing you.
Right.
But no, she told her, no, I'm being your friend here. You said you believe her. I believe her, too. I don't think she got time for playing games because she got too much. And let's
just mention why Nate jumped to this conclusion. You got about meeting with the Cam Newton's Jr. mama. Right.
So first wife of Sam has shown up to Middleton College, because that's where they at. Some college up there, and he's been lying to this mama this whole time, because the mama thought that he was going to school at the University of Virginia. Okay? He's all the way in Pennsylvania. You know what? He couldn't even tell her another college in the state.
Right.
Okay, God.
Right.
So she showed up or whatever, and because Tegan was meeting with her, Nate felt like, oh, she's meeting with the FBI and they're trying to play you and they're trying to do this and do that. Meanwhile, when we get the conversation with what Tegan is saying to the woman, Tegan just like, wait a minute now.
Right.
Okay, back up. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
I'm not a part of this. I work at the firm where your son work at, underneath Annalise. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Okay? Back up now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I just can't trust this mama. I don't know what she's here for, outside of the son. And he's a grown boy at this point, so I don't even understand why it's got to be like this.
Exactly.
I can't.
And then it seems like he isn't, that's his mama, but I felt like on episode 2, he wasn't a fan of her and her ways.
Right.
I mean, he loved her because that's his mama, but again, they weren't the closest.
Right. It's almost like he's just trying to protect her from doing anything crazy, which is understandable, but hey, he got to do a better job. Because apparently it's come out now that he has killed the mother's boyfriend by giving him more drugs in his system. So that came out because he told Michaela. Michaela told the people in the house, and then the house told everybody, Annalise. So you can't keep no secret in this show. Ain't no secret. No. So episode 1 was alright. Episode 2, though, that came on this past Thursday, is where I actually have some other notes. Okay. So you got notes, so you just hitting me with what you got.
I was bothered that Annalise was still in the front of these people's school teaching. Still.
What you
God, dog, man, you done took a whole vacation out here to California.
Yeah, sure.
To this rehab. You returned back to the class with new students. I mean, you done been a little cokehead briefly.
My God.
I don't know why she's still trying to teach. She acknowledged that she is selfish and she's a Cancer.
Oh.
So, let's backslide some to this whole thing, because this is very important, about how she came back from the rehab, got Connor, Asher, and Michaela to do this exercise where they basically tried to relieve themselves of the anger.
Right.
Where they had this cushion and they had to get the wood poker?
The fire poker.
Yeah. So they had to take the fire poker, hit the pillow multiple times, say words at how they feel about themselves. So that was an exercise. So that's key. It was a fire poker. Michaela, Connor, and Asher all touched it.
Facts.
But anywho, I don't even know where I was going with that.
Okay.
But anywho, that was important. I don't understand why she was teaching.
Right.
Michaela, again, she is bothered because they found out that Annalise was it an intern?
Just an intern.
Intern for Michaela's father. Michaela didn't really know her parents. She was adopted. So she was really bothered that she was brought in by this lady who actually knew her parents and could have introduced herself. So it's
too much.
This mental instability
she's so over the top. That's my exact note for Michaela. Michaela acting so over the top. Because it's like, okay, so she got worked up about this whole finding the birth parents because Caleb, is that his name? Caleb? Damn.
Who's Caleb? Wait.
Is Caleb the other boy?
Oliver.
Not Oliver, the Rome. Gabriel, right. Yeah. Caleb was the other one that she had sexual relations with. That was, the rich boy. Anyway, you're welcome, y'all. No, jeez. Not him.
Jeez, Michaela.
Not him. Remember when they had the case when they threw the DA off the roof of the house?
Oh, at the house, the brother sister.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. So I implore y'all to go back and watch this,
please,
because it's intense, especially season 2. Y'all doing the absolute most in season 2.
Oh.
But anyway, so. What was we talking about?
Michaela being over the top,
Jesus. Yes, she was over the top. So she started this because Gabriel was like, oh, you should find your birth parents. Don't you want to know this, that, and the other? And it's mainly because he trying to dig to get more information on how Sam died. Listen, they told you that Wes killed Sam.
Yeah, leave him alone.
This is the facts right now, today, on this situation. Okay? All right? The other stuff is not true. But that right there is facts. Okay, and they can't tell you no more. That's it. Like, I don't understand why he's still trying to push this.
Right.
Anyway. I mean, do we even think he ever gonna get the story?
No.
Jesus.
No.
Anyway. So she started doing all of this searching and stuff. Apparently the man killed her birth mother. Shot her. And so he's been in jail this whole time. So we find out she does all of this searching, going from jail to jail to jail to jail. It really is just 2 jails. And apparently the man died a year ago.
Yeah.
And so then she comes to Annalise's house, huffing and puffing and mad because you could have told me where my daddy was at, and I could have found him, and I could have talked to him, and you wasn't worried about your daddy till you met this boy. So please, come on, ma'am. Don't get ridiculous. So she's just been very over the top. She got emotional issues with Annalise because I feel like on a level, Annalise is like her mama, and she's disappointed that her mama is so trash. But Annalise is trash. And just like most people with their parents, you got to realize at times, hey, you know what? You trash at certain things.
Facts.
So that's just that. Okay?
Facts.
So they are working through that. They worked past their mommy issues with Annalise a couple of seasons ago, but Connor went through this too, remember? Because he was really butthurt in the beginning about everything. Once they had to, get past the murder and then do all the other stuff. He was just so emotional. Yeah. We need to go to the police. God dang, come on, sir. Yeah. Gosh. Anyway. Y'all welcome. So that was the whole point of her getting involved with this. So she rushes over there to Annalise's house. I wrote down that I just can't deal with Michaela. Can't deal with her. Annalise even told her, listen, I was an intern. I didn't know your daddy, okay? I didn't know your daddy.
Right.
Jesus. And of course she don't believe her.
No.
Because Annalise is trash and she lies.
Yeah, I don't blame her for that. And my note says that I'm glad Michaela didn't fall for Annalise's daddy bullshit.
Right.
So, yeah. And then I have another line that says, just get Michaela. Just get her.
I can't. She don't know, she don't know if she coming or going.
No. And when they get all frazzled like this is when stuff starts to happen. It makes me a little uneasy.
They get careless.
Something's coming. Yes.
Yeah.
Something's coming.
That's facts.
I mean, her friend then got snatched up. She was bothered because her friend Laura got snatched up, and she got mad because Laura didn't let her know. So she's fighting her daddy issues.
She's very woe is me.
Yeah.
Like
got man issues
happening to her.
Yes.
Listen, nobody's doing nothing to you, ma'am. She got snatched up or she left.
Right, deal.
Jesus. Relax. Anyway, my next note is Frank going to see Jorge, which is Laurel's dad. And I just want to pause right here and say, I'm sorry, y'all, if y'all hear the mixing up in the back. My dog decided that she needed to eat at this very moment. She needed to finish her food and eat. So we're just going to try to just, push past it. Anyway, Frank went to see Jorge, which again, at the end of season 5, they did get Laurel's dad arrested. I'm really not sure how or on what charges. I'm really not 100% clear on that. I just know that they got him. Okay? They got him. All right. Do you remember?
I don't.
Okay. So, yeah. Yeah, so he goes to see Jorge to ask.
On the law firm? Because that's why Tegan was in protective custody. It was something Tegan told. Because they gave her some type of alias. Remember, that's how the email came back. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't remember.
Something about that hard drive from the season before when that boy shot himself in the face. Whatever that man's name was. I can't remember that boy's name, but Oliver can't let it go. He can't just let it go. No. Oh, yeah, you did Simon. Like you did with Simon. Oh, my God. Come on, Simon's done. It's over, okay? He's gone. He's deported. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, okay?
Oh, I took him off.
Jesus. God, that's the only way I was going to make it. Anyway.
Facts. Jeez.
So they stole some information at the end of season 5, and it was on a hard drive, and they took a long time to find this hard drive because they didn't have it. Laurel had it, but then it got taken, and it was just because Laurel had the baby in the elevator, and she was bleeding all over the place, and then people came and took the hard drive. It was just so much going on, Jesus. So yes, so he got put in jail for basically what was ever on the goddamn hard drive. Which is probably some corrupt stuff because, they just,
mob ties.
He's mob ties all day. So, Frank went to visit him because he found a key in a
frame.
A frame, yeah. And he figured it was a safe deposit box, and then he went to go ask Jorge about it because when he called about it or went to see about it, it said something about a relative was on it, right? So he goes to talk to him, and at first Jorge was like, man, get out of here. Okay? And then when he found out about that safe deposit box, they had a conversation. But what did they even talk about? Because, I don't know how I could forget this. Because Jorge told Frank again about how Laurel is trash out here and will ruin your life and ruins every other man's life that she's ever been in. Okay? This is not the first time that Frank was told this. The first time it was from that guy that killed Wes in season 3. Said the same exact thing. He must have been involved with Laurel too, somehow, some way. Because he wasn't related.
Where did he go?
I don't know. They kill him?
Wes got killed in season 3. I feel like it was like last season or 2.
Yeah.
I don't know. Now I gotta go back and see what happened to his boyfriend.
I think he got
Frank took him out?
Yes! Frank snapped his neck off. Remember he captured him? His name was Dominic. And he captured him and everything, and he snapped his neck off. He killed him. That's right. Frank killed him. Yeah, he's dead.
Jeez.
He worked for Laurel's dad. Yeah, so they must have had something going on. So, yeah,
stressing me out.
It's extremely stressful. So, that's why we got questions about Laurel and her involvement, because we kind of feel like the daddy wouldn't lie, and neither would that boy Dominic, okay? And Frank is an idiot too, because Frank, you've been told this twice. You need to start looking at Laurel different now. Okay?
Right, he's so in love.
He ain't got over her yet.
Ugh.
And I'm tired.
3 minutes later.
I am tired. Okay? So, that's what I had for that. And then, for some reason, I wrote down Tegan is dead. Why would I write that down? Does Jorge know that Tegan was the mole? Jane Doe? I don't know why I wrote that down. I don't know why I said that.
Wait, what did you write it down after?
I wrote it underneath Frank seeing Jorge.
Now I gotta go back and listen to the conversation.
Well, that's my bad. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to make of these things, but I don't believe that Wes is dead. That's number one. Because my theory on this situation with the safe deposit box is when Frank went back to the safe deposit box, once he talked to Annalise, and Annalise was like, "Oh, the person on there is Wes." So then he went back with his ID, a fake ID that said he was Wes Gibbons. I said, "My God." and you know, and got access. I'm saying why somebody else couldn't have did the same thing and had Laurel Castillo ID.
But why isn't there a picture associated with the safety deposit box?
I agree. Like, I feel like now we need to go to the security footage from the day that they said that Laurel came in, and we need to fast forward and see who came in. Was it Laurel? Okay, or was it somebody else? So I feel like that's coming next. But Bonnie has now gotten herself fired from the district attorney's office, so now I don't know what kind of pull they're going to have to be able to get stuff. Wow. Yeah. She got fired because she trumped up charges on Gabriel's mom because they were trying to figure out a way to get her out of the picture because they got other stuff to worry about. So she decided to trump up charges, which would cause something. What did she do? Because she did it, and they was like, well, we're going to have to open up da-da-da-da. And then she was like, okay, that's fine. And then that's what she really wanted. She wasn't trying to pad charges on the woman. She was trying
to... The file was sealed.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. She was trying to unseal them files and on nosy ass. So, so after she did that, her superiors was most likely alerted, and then she's fired. So,
and then one of my notes says that Bonnie is Bonnie Parker from Bonnie and Clyde. She rides.
Yeah.
I think that her move has to be strategic. She's done a lot of stuff, covered it up. This was too stupid.
Yeah.
So it has to be something coming out of this. It has to be strategic. I'm hoping it's strategic. Because again, they need somebody on the inside at this point. Nate out of here.
Yeah.
With his unstable behind.
Yep.
So it has to be strategic. Maybe she pulled something else while this file was unsealed.
I hope so.
Maybe she's trying to blackmail somebody. I don't know.
Well, Anna told her to cut it out. So, I don't know. I'm hoping she got a little more sense.
Why did Annalise had to tell Bonnie that's dumb the FBI is on you are aware of this, ma'am. Why would you do something? A sealed file? You don't think is extra precautions they put on this so nobody wants? I mean,
they already got all y'all pictures up on a wall somewhere. Exactly. Y'all attached to dead ass people. Okay? Right. So come on, Bonnie.
It gotta be strategic. I'm hoping that it's strategic.
I hope so. We gonna see.
Yeah.
We gonna see. Cause I don't even think Annalise dead. Because I feel like this whole getting the Asher. So let's go back to Rachel's comment earlier because we didn't tie that back in. So at the end of episode 2, we got a flash forward of Michaela sitting there in her cap and gown. Well, her cap is on the table, but her gown is still on. She looks a complete disaster. Like she had a whole night of coke. Okay? Jesus. And they're like, oh, your fingerprints was on the murder weapon that killed Annalise Keating, which was the fire poker from when Annalise had Asher, Connor, and Michaela at her house beating the stress, the anger, or whatever. The aggressive, whatever, away on the cushion. So I think this is another part of the plan. I think Annalise, one or two things. She's setting them up and then she out, or she is clearing them because all of their fingerprints is because you got to think they're gonna bring them all in because all their fingerprints is on it. So yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna go. But that's how we was left on episode 2. And so now we just like, well, so Michaela, what? So you part of it? So they investigating, they trying to take you down? So I don't know. I hope Anna ain't playing them. That's all I got. Did you have more notes?
I don't know. I wanted to point out that Annalise went to the gutter to buy drugs.
Oh my God, how did I forget this? And I was so stressed when it was happening because I was like, so you going back to drugs now? You just got out of rehab. Which is another red flag because she didn't even really need rehab.
Listen, she got through this before. Yeah. It's something with this rehab. I don't remember if they talked about California before, if she's chasing somebody down who is in the rehab. I don't recognize none of them people.
No. So yeah, that's facts. But yeah, she went to go get this meth like you said, from the gutter, and to plant so that she could get rid of Gabriel's mother. Because again, they was really working to get rid of her. Bonnie over here trumping up charges, and Annalise over here buying meth on the streets. Okay, Frank's the only person thinking clear.
Right.
Frank took the meth and flushed it down the sink there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Which was good. I'm glad because
and that's what I said. I said, shout out to Frank for being smart. Until he had this plan of breaking into the bank for the centralized.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. I always do. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Dang, Frank, you had it.
Dang,
you had it, son.
I can't. I said, man, come on, Frank. I also said, so we ain't tired of ruining people's lives. Dang, you ain't tired? Y'all just ruin everybody's lives.
Oh my gosh.
That's not it. So I'm glad Frank got his life together on that time with that situation. So I don't know.
And then my last note is, you mentioned how Michaela was in there being interrogated. The FBI agent said that an informant told them whatever. Who is the informant?
Wow, I missed that.
Yeah, at the very end, he was talking to Michaela, and he said they had an informant that told them whatever. Yeah, I was like, well, who is... And then she said, get me my lawyer.
She did say that.
Who's the lawyer?
That's a good question.
Oh, my God.
That's a good question.
That's how it ended with questions.
Yeah.
So I don't know who this informant is. Is it Tegan? Is it Laurel? Cam Newton Jr.'s mama?
Yeah.
Who is...
Is it Laurel?
Oh, my gosh.
You know what I'm saying?
And who is Michaela's lawyer at this point? If Annalise is dead.
Right. Oh, my God. And also, okay, so... Where is Laurel's brother at? Because I know he didn't just go nowhere.
No!
And the
Because
governor...
he was there at the end of season 5. Making plans with the governor.
And you still... Exactly. So what's up with the governor? Yeah.
It's still early.
So many questions. We ain't got no answers.
None.
No answers. None. We can't help y'all. Sorry. Sorry. But yeah. So that's what we got. We're gonna pick this up and record this a little closer to when we see it. Or we're gonna have to just watch it multiple times or something. That's probably gonna have to be the move. Watch it before we record, because so I can make sure I remember. But we would try to drop this on either Friday or Saturdays, so that we can keep up with it. And I hope we have a full season, because Shonda, she'll give you a half season in a minute.
I'm gonna be pissed.
So you know how it is.
I'm gonna have to go in the comment section and tell her about it. I just have to. Shoot.
So I can't remember. Did we really like the season finale for Scandal?
I don't.
See, it's like I can't even remember it.
I remember them in the museum looking at them pictures. I didn't appreciate it.
Museum.
They went. It was some type of exhibit, and they were looking at because she had on this nice fitting clothes dress. I don't know how they got there though, but I didn't care for it.
Did she get her picture? Did she get her picture put in the museum?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I remember thinking, do what now?
Right.
Do what now?
Right. Ma'am, you went down in history for
doing a lot.
Sleeping with the husband? I mean, the president?
Right. And moving in.
Scandalous.
Shacking up.
Right.
Shacking up.
I was confused.
You murdered the vice president. You did a lot of things.
A lot
of things, yeah.
So we're honoring you now?
And I was upset that Cyrus didn't get killed. I know that might sound a little extreme, y'all, but Cyrus deserved to get a hot bullet. And I felt bad.
I agree. I mean, he fell off, and I thought that they were going to kill him. Because he fell off real bad.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he did some stuff that was unforgivable. So he had to get that bullet. But they didn't give it to him. So I'm trying to see how we felt about that versus how we think this is going to go, how to get rid of murder.
It has to be a stronger ending. It has to be.
And I don't see why Shonda wouldn't do us a 2-hour finale. God. An hour is not going to be enough. Because you're not even going to give us a full season. So give us 2 hours of finale. That's all I ask.
Oh my God.
That's all I ask. So yeah. So okay. So we're good on this. We're gonna go ahead. The music's in the back. Y'all hear some intense stuff going on.
Yes.
I'm gonna try to get a How to Get Away with Murder picture as the background. Okay. And if not, then you'll probably see a picture of the two of us. Now we was looking at pictures of the two of us, and you had a picture from 3-4 years ago when we was in India, and that was the worst picture I've ever seen in my life. So I really hope you
your life, bird?
My life. Okay? And I've taken a lot of bad pictures. Okay? So I just hope that you deleted that.
It might have to be like a glow up picture. Side by side situation.
My God. I never want anybody to ever know I look like that. Jesus. So, anyway, you'll see the art coming soon. And it'll be a good time. But so, until the next time, we'll bring our stress to you next week.
Jeez.
Holla.